Hi friends, welcome to Faith Focused Family. I'm Megan and today I want to talk about easy evangelism. And I get it, evangelism seems like it's never easy and it's maybe best left for the pastors and the missionaries, who know how to do these kind of things, right? And I would tend to have agreed with you, but recently I've been learning that it's not just really up to them, it's actually up to all of us to share the gospel and to share our faith with other people. Now, even though it's scary, there are ways that we can make it easier and learn to be more comfortable with it over time so that eventually we can do a better job of sharing. But even if we're just learning, there's simple ways to start. So let's talk about those. I think one of the simplest and easiest ways that we can go about sharing the gospel and introducing Jesus into somebody's life is to simply do it through prayer. I think that we can pray for them privately, but also when somebody has shared a struggle with us or they're going through something, I think it's totally an amazing idea to ask them if you can pray for them or better with them. I think that some people are just waiting for the invitation and maybe they've just never heard it. And so if we're the ones who will introduce that to them, if we're the ones who will say a prayer for them or with them, I think that could go a long way. So just keep your mind open that maybe somebody's looking for you to step in and to offer that for them. So don't be so afraid, because it can be a really good way to just innocently and not confrontationally introduce Jesus into their life. Another thing is to share something you've been reading or something you saw, like maybe a devotional or a story online or a song you heard or a podcast episode you listened to that has some sort of really cool message in it that you can just talk about. You can just say, hey, I was listening to this, or hey, I read this. Don't you think that's cool? And sometimes it might actually lead to a really fun conversation where you get to talk a little bit about those things. Sometimes that might not work, but if you're introducing it in a way that doesn't feel like you're preaching, I think that people will really open up and usually want to hear what you're trying to say. And so that can be another super simple way to just kind of open the door to having, hopefully, more God conversations down the line with that person. And then the other thing is to just start working God into your normal conversations. And one of the ways that I've been trying to do that is to simply announce my blessings. And what I mean by that is when I feel like I've had a blessing in my life, I will say something to somebody like, hey, I cannot believe this, but can I just share this blessing with you? This is crazy. God did this. Or similarly, an answered prayer. Hey, I was praying for this, and can you even believe what just happened? Like, it was totally an answer to prayer. And I just think that having those light moments that maybe aren't super long and involved and maybe aren't massive memories that will be created forever and ever, but just little tiny openings into conversations like that can really lead the way for some better and more involved conversations later. But at least in the meantime, you're getting more comfortable sharing and other people are starting to open their hearts a little bit to be able to hear it. So with that, I just want to encourage you today that evangelism doesn't have to be scary. It just really does take practice. I'm still learning too. I'm probably not even the best person to even be sharing this message, other than I think I should, because it is hard and it is something that you want to feel like other people understand, and I do understand. It's not an easy thing to go through. It's not an easy thing to have to learn to do, but I think it's necessary because the Bible says to. The Bible says that we should be sharing our faith. And if we're going to really be the Christians that we say we are, say we want to be, then that's part of the job. So I hope that today you will take some of these ideas into consideration, and I hope that you will go share the gospel. Have a great week.